Welcome. I'm so glad that we're all here today for the 8th year running. I'm very excited. I hope half as excited as you guys. It's really nice to see how such a festival brings these seminars together and how these grow from year to year. And over the years we've found very positive feedback and interest to come here, and it's been really exciting to be in touch with so many of the visitors who have been coming here year and year again, and also to welcome all of the new visitors who are here today. This year I think that there will be an interesting change in that we're trying to make closer connections between MMF and its corresponding institutions. So the Music Academy in Tallinn and also the Elleri Kool in Tartu, as well as BFM, are among some of them with whom we are in touch with in order to build in the curriculum our activities. So as of next year, these connections will be even closer than already this year, and from what I understand, quite a few of you today are from those very same institutions. So I'm very glad about that. I'm also very glad that Tina Locke, the festival director, has started this initiative in the first place, and allowing this platform of composers and producers and agents and directors and everybody of the whole spectrum to be here and to have this meeting place. These platforms take often many years to get into a rhythm, and so this is something that I think this year we'll also see a different change where I specifically like to encourage the participation of you. So just a quick question. Who is willing to ask questions on a topic that they are interested about and would like to know more about? All hands up. Fantastic. So all of you guys, as the next 3 days go on, today we are here, tomorrow we are in Laulasmaa in the Arupärijate Keskus, and on Wednesday we will be in, on Wednesday we'll be at the Music Academy. And I probably can speak in behalf of all of our mentors to say that all questions are consistently welcome. And if you think that you have a stupid question, well, that's a stupid idea. So do just raise your hands, and it's just, okay, do we have an agreement here? Very good, very good. We have, every year we have a motto from the point of view of, I'm supposed to do this. There we go. Every year we have a motto where we focus on a particular conversation set. And this year I've chosen to look at a composer's insight, about how a composer works, where the inspiration and the ideas come from, how the development of a composer starts, and also a few related topics. We have on each of your seats, we've left a program for the next 3 days. This is just a very short version of our program, because even though it's in the industry catalog, it's quite a weight. So we thought to make your life a bit easier, this is really everything compact. In the industry catalog there are also biographies about each of the speakers, so you can read up on that or online. As far as highlights is concerned, it's really difficult for me to single out particulars. All I can say is that I try to make a good balance between talking about composers talking about their craft, and then also talking about some technicalities. Later today we'll hear about library music from a creative angle. We'll hear about licensing, so that's really much kind of the legal aspect. which is something that so many of us are very afraid of. And it's this white elephant in the room. And then tomorrow we'll hear about copyright and plagiarism, which are things that go slightly away from the composing process, but let's just be honest, this is something that touches us all the time. Yes, and as with many of these events, this is only possible with partners. So this year we're very happy that West One Music, which is a production music group, is presenting our 3 days here. West One Music is a production music company in London and internationally, and they've got offices in countless countries. And I'll do a more thorough introduction about them and about their activities later on in the day. So the one thing that I think is going to be what I would like to just a question I'd like to throw up in the air is that we have this year the focus about composers. For those of you who've been here last year, we were really looking at collaboration. We had a number of interesting individuals who were talking about how they work together. By the way, Mike Newell, who was one of our guests last year, he's having breakfast downstairs right now. He's in the jury for the festival, so I'm very glad that he was invited back. But looking forward, I would like to also implant the idea or the seed for you to think together with me about which topics interest you. Topics that we could discuss here this time next year. Things that are never really touched enough, things that are just not accessible, be it because, well, for all the reasons. So I encourage you to have dialogues with all of our mentors, and for you to also find me, and for us to just talk about this. Also, this year we've opened our Facebook page, and Vivian, who's right here, our set photographer, so she's responsible for our communication. And I'm very glad that she's on board. She's really taken all of the initiative on. And so do also send messages directly to Facebook if you don't manage to catch me or one of the mentors during the 3 days. These will be shared amongst our team, so all of the messages will get through straight away. Ideas, links, interesting things like that. I'd also like to introduce Svea. Please stand up, Svea. She's our project manager. And if you have any questions, practical questions regarding tomorrow's transport or other things, then she's going to be able to help you with all of those kind of topics. If you want to post anything online, then we've got our social media things here with hashtags and stuff like that. So feel free for us to have a common denominator amongst those things. Very good. So what I will do, I think that we are ready to. So this is going to be our day today, but you've got that in the program. One little side note, that after the next 2 sessions, we have after lunch at 2 p.m. we will move across to the other room, to the larger room next door, because we will do the licensing conversation together with TV Beats, which is a new initiative alongside Music Meets Film. This is something where we'll be able to talk about what really works for licensing and what are in the interest of the music industry. So that's going to be happening over there. Very good, very good. So I think without further ado, I'm going to, we can maybe just continue. Are all of our microphones on for the next session? All good? Very good, fantastic. Just one note, we are recording these sessions. We have our camera guy in the back, and we have our little microphones. the way it works is that we will possibly put these videos up on a future YouTube channel that we will open. So just so that you know, and as we are the 4 of us right now, and we only have 4 microphones, when there are questions, then one of us will just kind of rephrase or repeat the question so that it will end up on the microphone. Just kind of a practical note. So we're not going to be playing parrots. We just kind of, yeah. Good. So, are there any issues at this point? All good. Great. So, I was thinking that we will continue with our traditional trends and future directions discussion that we've already touched also last year, as this is something that works every year. The times change and trends change, technology changes, tastes change, and as these things develop, I think that it is always very good to keep an eye on the game of what is currently happening. So the next 1.5 hours will really be a very easy. You come here, let's see some here. The next 1.5 hours are really meant for us to tune ourselves in to the scoring scene, where we see how things are progressing. When for those amongst us who are not scoring every day and are not involved every day with film scoring, it is also maybe a very good way to get a little reality check on where we are right now, on the film scoring, what are really the challenges at the moment, so this is something that I think is a very good little reality check. Before we continue, I'd just like to introduce you to Tina Locke. Very good. Tina Locke is our festival director. So thanks to Tina Locke, we are actually sitting here, and thanks to her trust and patience. So thank you again, and I hope that you'll be able to pop in and out amongst your 25-hour day schedule this week.
Thank you for everyone who came. And I must say that again, Michael and the team made a fantastic work this year, and we stepped forward, and we are in movement.
Well, the proof is in the pudding.
Yes.
So let's see whether you still say the same thing at the end of the week.